You are listening to the Tricorder Transmissions.
Shore Leave, episode 44, 2018 Vendor Room Spectacular, part 2.
Just what the doctor ordered. Right, doctor? I couldn't have prescribed better.
Welcome once again to Shore Leave. This is our 44th episode, and tonight we are back for the second part of our 2018 STLV Vendor Room Spectacular. I am Jeff Hewlett, and here alongside me, as always, is my awesome co-host, the wonderful Heather Barker. How are you, Heather?
25 days. I'm doing pretty darn good.
Yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up fast now. It's coming up very fast. And real quick, before we jump into our actual show here, we usually do our Patreon update, and we have a brand new patron we want to give a shout out to. Timothy Knotts, thank you so much for becoming one of our Patreon patrons, and a big thank you to Rianne Fox for adding to her pledge level. It is so awesome that both of you are part of our family and are contributing to this network. Thanks so much for that.
Yes, and quick thing, I hope that all of our patrons come to our 5th birthday bash Wednesday night of STLV. It's going to start, I think, at 8 p.m. is what we have down there. It will be in a private suite. We'll give out that information once we've checked into that room. But we are going to do a Patreon group photo. Yes. So it would be great if we could get the majority of our 41 patrons there. It might be kind of hot in the room at that point. Maybe. It's a suite, so it should have plenty of room, but it's just something that we really wanted to do. So if you are a patron, make a note of that. And if you're not a patron and you want to be in that group photo, it doesn't matter if it's $1, $10, $5,000. Okay, nobody's ever.
That's ambitious.
That. Yeah, no, but regardless, we love you. We appreciate you. You keep us going, and we hope to see you not just at STLV, but at our birthday bash and our Night of Diversity party on Saturday.
Absolutely. And if you are not a patron currently and you want to become one, you can find us at patreon.com/the-tricorder-transmissions, or by visiting our website, thetricordertransmissions.com, and clicking the big orange Patreon link on the right-hand side. So if you enjoy anything we do here on Shore Leave or any of our other Tricorder Transmission shows, please consider joining our Patreon family. Doing that will give you immediate access to lots of our unedited material and early release material. A lot of our podcasts show up on our Patreon exclusive feed several days, if not a week or so, before they're actually released to the general public, and mostly with bonus content at the beginning and the ends. And you also get, as a patron, you get access to our exclusive Patreon button that will get sent to you once you join up. It's a very cool exclusive pin that people really seem to be liking, and we talked about it a bunch of times on our previous shows. And you will also be invited to our monthly Patreon Star Trek chats. And we had a really great one last month. We've got one coming up on July 17th of this month, and we will be doing them monthly from there on out. So we would love to have you join our family and join our chats and have our pin and listen to our shows early before they're released to the general public. So Heather, are we ready to kick off this show?
Let's talk about some pins.
Oh my God. So you guys out here, you know that we love to do our Vendor Room Spectacular episodes prior to STLV because they get us excited and they get you guys excited to hear from some of the vendors who are going to be in the vendors room when you get to the convention. And coming back this year, he was on our show last year for the first time. It is our wonderful friend Lew Halboth from FanSets. We know all you guys are so excited about the new stuff that Lew and the crew are going to have at STLV this year. So Lew, how are you tonight?
Good evening, Jeff and Heather. It is my pleasure to be back on your show. And on behalf of John and Dan and myself, thank you for the opportunity to speak with you guys.
Of course. We are so happy to have you back on, and we cannot wait to talk about all the cool exclusives and the new stuff you're going to have available for everyone out there this year at STLV. Heather, you want to jump into this?
So we have quite a few things to talk about. Jeff and I were privileged enough to get an email prior to this podcast with several pins that will be at STLV. Some are exclusive, some will debut, but then be produced later. Should we just dive right into these pins?
Yeah, why not?
Let's go.
All right. Well,
Warp
okay.
speed, Scotty.
All right. Okay. Gosh, I love them all. So it's hard to pick out a specific one. I'm going to go ahead and start off with what looks to be maybe the biggest one, and that is this DS9 specific. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 DS9 main characters in this set. So, Lew, do you want to tell us a little bit about this set? What's in it? I guess we're going to have to describe it. Can we describe it to people, or I should just say it looks really cool?
It's done in, as a top-down view of the Deep Space Nine space station. Every year at STLV, we bring out. Last year it was the 30th anniversary TNG set. The year before it was the 50th anniversary, so we did the Captain set. This year we're doing the DS9 25th anniversary. Like you said, it's actually a 9-pin set because the Star Trek DS9 commemorative pin will also be up in the right-hand corner.
Got it.
Of the piece.
Nice.
So that'll come with it. So we're going to do 176 of these. We've almost sold out of the TNG set from last year. They're still available, and we will premiere this at the show. It'll be $225. That'll come. That's cased with the backer full shadow box, and we'll launch it at STLV, and then if there's any left, we'll put them up on the site, much like we've done every other year with the other sets.
Okay. Can I say who's in? Sure,
go ahead.
Okay, so it's got Cisco, it's got Major Kira, Odo, Dr. Bashir. I almost said Colomini, Miles O'Brien, Quark, my beloved Jadzia Dax. Worf is kind of off to the side on his own pin is what it looks like. And I was joking that it's because he came in at the third.
Yeah, he's out on the Defiant, that's where he roomed. So we figured it'd be best just to ship him out there on the side on the Defiant. We wanted, this is probably my favorite show. Well, they're all so close, but there's so many great characters. Rom is one of my favorite characters, and we couldn't find, it has such a great supporting cast that we had to, it would be a $300 set if we kept adding pins on. So these are the main characters we went with. It came out incredible as you're looking down on the DS9. And this year, because we did it last year with the 30th anniversary set with the pin, people were popping their sets open and putting the 30th pin. We had the backer card designed so that the 30th pin would fit perfectly on the set, and we sold that pin separately. And this year we just said, everybody's going to get the same set. We're going to include that pin, and away we go.
That's awesome. Right. Super awesome.
Thank
so
you.
only 176 of these.
Yep. Same amount of episodes that the show ran for. That's kind of our MO on how we run it. So that's after that, there'll be no more.
Wow.
Act now.
Act people. Quickly, people. Act quickly.
Yeah. This one is pretty cool. And these all, just so everyone knows, maybe by the time you're listening, the actual images will have debuted at StarTrek.com or will be debuting shortly so that you can check them all out. And if they have been released by the time we release the podcast, we'll make sure that they're in a link somewhere so that you can check them out. So, I mean, obviously that's kind of like the penultimate of the pins because it's the big collector set with all
that's our big set. And I just want to throw one last thing in. And one last thing is that if anybody has bought the other sets and they want to get the same numbered sets, I know that's important to a lot of people as their prior sets. If they'll send an email to customer.service@fansets.com, John and I will make sure that they get their same sets their same numbers held for them.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's some top-notch customer service.
It is. Wow, that's incredible. I know how important that is to some people. It's so cool of you guys to do that.
We kind of come at it. As a collector of too much stuff myself, that's what I would want to do. So we've kind of taken that step, afford our customers the same privilege. So
wow,
that'll just all they need to do is email us, and we'll get them taken care of on the numbers.
That's amazing. So guys, if you bought sets last year, jump on that so you can get the same numbers this year.
Okay. So the next one, since we're on DS9, I'm going to stay with DS9 because it's DS9 year.
Okay.
I'm going to try not to be depressed here because the 2018 poker chip pin, which is pretty similar to the last year's pin with data on it, is everyone should have bought that. I hope you did. So this one, of course, features our dear Captain Sisko, Mr. Avery Brooks, who I'm crossing everything because while I've kind of accepted that he's probably not going to come because, as we know, he's pretty much sworn off conventions. I know that a lot of people out there are holding their breath and crossing everything that he may be the 100th guest. That would be so amazing if that happened. So we're gonna put all of our juju into looking at this pin and manifesting Sisko, manifesting Avery Brooks at the convention. So do you want to tell us a little bit about this one?
Heather, I'm hoping the same thing. Yeah. So last year we produced the data poker chip, and it was data playing poker. With the visor and such. And this year, to keep with the Las Vegas theme, we went with Bada Bing Bada Bang episode with Avery, Captain Sisko in the tuxedo, and it has him prominently featured. It has the silver glitter since it is the 25th anniversary. So the Sisko pin will be a show launch at STLV. We will sell what we sell there, and then whatever we have left, we'll put out on FanSets.com, available for anyone buy. The pin will resale for $15. It's got Captain Sisko from the Bada Bing Bada Boom episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and he's in his tuxedo with our signature glitter silver behind him, representing the 25th anniversary.
It looks incredible. As someone who bought last year's data pin, I'm sure Heather bought it too. I can attest to how amazing the data pin looked. So I'm envisioning how cool this pin is going to look. It was so shiny and well produced. I can't stress enough how great the product was. And, I think we're really privileged to have these Vegas pins launch for STLV and give the fans an opportunity to get this firsthand. Everybody out there, you really should grab this one when you get to the con. Buy it early too, by the way.
Yeah, and they're big.
They are big.
That's what I love is that, and I can't overemphasize this enough. FanSets pins are such high quality pins. And so this one, is it close? Is it 2 inches?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I want to say that it's a 2-inch pin.
Yeah.
And they're double pin backs too, by the way. They're not a single pin back. They're double.
Yep, they're double pin.
Yep. I mean, it's worth every penny. It's worth the $15. I tend to compare them to pins at Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff and I are both big Disney pin collectors. And so my pin board is a mishmash of Star Trek pins and Disney pins.
As is mine.
And they are pretty much
Heather, I have that same board in my house.
Yep. I mean, just identical. I would even say that the poker chip pins are of better value than similar Disney pins that are close to that size. They're not quite as big and shiny and beautiful. Okay. All right. So I think that this last DS9 pin may be my favorite because it is our beloved Odo. So he's half humanoid Odo, half changeling Odo, and he's coming out of his bucket. Okay. So this is like, I'm in love with this pin. So tell me all about it, Lew. How did this idea come to you guys?
Well, we do a lot of deep cuts with our pins. We try to do stuff that hasn't been done or represented. So we had a lot of people asking for the bucket, and we went to CBS, and CBS said, we're not going to license you just to make a bucket pin. They wanted a character. They wanted Odo with, so we looked, we did art for Odo standing beside the bucket. We did art with, his just peeking out of the bucket. Some pretty bizarre stuff with it to try to find our way. And then I was watching an episode where he transformed, and I got on the phone to John immediately, like, let's do him coming out of the bucket. So that was the basis of it. So the pin, as you guys look at it, you have the bucket down below, and then it's gold. Mm-hmm. So you're getting the full changeling effect as he's becoming Constable Odo out of it. So it's a pretty cool little pin.
It really is.
I was going to say, that's nothing that I've ever seen before. So brava.
Thank you. Yeah, we're going to do that as a show launch. It's one of our $5.95 pins. We'll launch it at STLV, and then it'll be available in our regular line of pins off the site.
Nice. I wish you guys out here could see that, and hopefully the images will have been released by the time this podcast comes out. But I love that swirly bit between the bucket and Odo's body. That's a really cool. It kind of simulates the motion of him transforming. So great job.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, so those are our DS9 pins. Jeff, do you have any favorites of the pins that are left here that you want to spotlight first?
Oh man, there are so many cool ones. Wow, where do I go first? So I as an owner of the color version of the TV TOS pin, I absolutely adore that pin. So what's the genesis of the black and white version of the TOS television pin?
Well, 1966. So we call it the TBG pin, or the To Boldly Go pin. It is our best-selling pin this year.
Nice.
And I have shipped that pin around the world. We sell so many of that pin, and what we heard from so many people, we heard two things. This reminds me of my childhood. This reminds me of when I first found the love for Star Trek. Mm-hmm. You guys captured it. But what we also heard was, well, that was 1966. That was the first year there was color television. We didn't have a color TV, so we watched it in black and white. Nice. And John, my partner, never to miss an opportunity, said, we've got to do that pin in black and white. So we're going to do that pin as a STLV exclusive. It will only be available at STLV.
Oh my God, I have to get one.
We're only producing 200 of them. If we don't sell out, they're still gone. They're only going to be available at STLV. They're an STLV exclusive. They'll retail for $20, and it just, much like we did with the Queen Arachnia pin. I love anything black and white, and this just came out really good.
Yeah, it did, and I'm totally buying one of these. So, as a guy who grew up in the 70s watching Trek and syndication, I watched it in color, but that makes total sense that you put one out in black and white for the folks who grew up on black and white Star Trek. So that's incredible. And so 200 only, huh?
Yep, only 200 pieces, and then that piece is done.
Wow, get to the vendor room on the first day, everybody. I think that one's going to go because I really, really love the color one. So, the black and white one has to get added.
It's our best-selling pin this year. So, yeah, I think I don't think there's any problem with all of them going out.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I've got like a running tally over here of costs and which ones I'm getting. My budget is slightly limited, so I probably can't go for the big DS9 one, but so far I have all the others. It's a sad but good thing for my budget that our friend Danny over at Shop LLAP won't be there this year because I can spend more money at FanSets.
Oh, true. It's a shame she won't be there, but yeah.
Yeah.
So we have another sort of TOS-ish pin, and that's the LLAP, the Spock hand pin. as well. So what's up with that one? Is that a limited edition as well, or is that a regular pin that you guys are going to have?
Yeah, that's going to be a show launch. It'll be a $5.95 pin, very affordable. It will be a show launch and then available as a regular piece off the FanSets.com website. But we've been asked for that pin outside of the tribbles. We've been asked for an LLAP pin for so long that we went and we wanted to incorporate the Delta as the A. Came out really cool. We used the blue is the Star Trek blue, like that's in from that time period from Spock's science officer shirt. So and the yellow is the command yellow, like you see Kirk wear. So it's done in the actual official colors of the uniforms.
Nice.
Very cool.
Nice. It's a great looking pin, by the way. I'm sure everyone's going to be excited to see that.
And we've had so many people say, "Wow, your pins they're cool, but some of them are pretty big, and I don't want to wear it out." This is something that everybody can wear.
Mm-hmm.
I got a picture from my son tonight because I sent him off to work with his name badge, and he sent me a picture of it with his LLAP pin on it. So it's the perfect size for a hat or your name tag at work. So we're pretty proud of it.
Yeah, as you should
Very
be.
Cool. So I'm going to talk about 2 more pins. I'm going to save one of them for last because there's a story behind it. And I know that because I saw pictures. So, all right. This one is super simple, but iconic to Star Trek. You can now get your very own IDIC pin.
Yes.
It is stunning. Is there much to say about this, but besides it being just legendary?
Well, it's, as you can tell off seeing it on the card from the pictures I sent you, it's good sized. It's a 2-inch pin. It is going to rapidly become one of our best selling pins. I think it speaks to the philosophy of Gene Roddenberry. It came out just perfect, as you can tell. I mean, it just came out perfect. And this will be a show launch pin that'll be $9.95. And then it'll be available off the website as a regular piece of our line.
Yeah,
it'll be a stock.
Nice.
So we can sell those all over the world, and they will. We're bringing in a ton of those for the warehouse because those are going to sell like crazy.
Yeah,
they are.
For sure.
It looks it totally looks like the original IDIC that was sold years
that's
what
we
ago.
were after.
Okay. All right. So here's another. They're all my favorite. I can't even pick one. Anyone that listens to Disco Trek or that follows me on Twitter knows that one of my favorite taglines from Star Trek Discovery was "We are Starfleet." And so the easiest way to describe this pin is if you bought the Star Trek Discovery FanSets pin last year, this one looks very, very similar. The Starfleet is really big. We are is a little bit small. It's kind of like the reverse, the way that the text is. So the we are is on top in smaller text, and then Starfleet is in larger text. And I will certainly be picking up this one because I say this all the time. And I don't really even need to ask where this came from because we all know. So I'm just going to say thank you, Lew and FanSets, for making this pin.
It was one of the defining moments of the first season when Michael Burnham said this, and I just much like you, Heather. I still get goosebumps when I rewatch that episode and hear her lay it on the line, and that's really when everything came together. I think for Starfleet in the first season to straighten the sails and head the right direction, and boy, do we need that now. So this pin it's to me, it's one of the most inspirational ones we've done this year. I absolutely love it. And it has its look similar to the Discovery pin, but it's supposed to because it's from that show. So I think the fans are going to love it. It will retail at $9.95. It'll be a show launch pin, then available off the FanSets website, hopefully forever.
Yes, forever and ever.
Totally
I love
worth
that.
it. By the way, I am definitely picking one of these up. I want to put this on my work bag that I take to work every day because that is the perfect message.
It is the perfect message.
Okay. So this last pin, there is a story here. I saw you post about it last week, I think. So the pin is our dear Captain Kirk. And so it's got his profile, like you can see his gold tunic and everything. It's got his name, it's got a delta, and then it has William Shatner's autograph. So tell us the story behind this, because not only did you get to go meet Shatner himself, but it sounds like these autograph pins may become a thing.
Well, it's this pin is the culmination of 6 years of John and I's scheming. We have so many renditions of autograph pins that we have meddled with, and we figured if we're going to launch into doing this kind of stuff, we might as well launch with one of the faces on the Star Trek Mount Rushmore. And
Nice.
William Shatner, Dan Madsen, one of our partners, has interviewed Shatner several times. So Dan has, his connections are better than a FanGeeks. He was able to get in touch with Mr. Shatner's team. We were welcomed with open arms. He was in town here to do his Q&A on Wrath of Khan, and we had the opportunity to go down to meet with him and spend an hour and a half with him as he signed all of these. It's a bucket list moment. I have to admit, I was a fanboy. It was hard to contain myself. I'm sitting there thinking I'm sitting in a room with William freaking Shatner. And he was so accommodating. People see things, hear things, you hear things. He couldn't have been nicer. He loved our work. In fact, he invited us to do a project with him for his auction that he does for horses. So we're going to get involved with him in that. We're going to do. He has a program that's in South Africa. That's a philosophy that he wants to get out to people. And I don't want to jump the gun on putting that out, but we're going to be involved in doing pins with him with that. And he loved our stuff, and we obviously loved his stuff. And this pin is he signed 100 pieces. It is going to be an STLV exclusive. Whether we sell out or not, they will be gone at the end of this show. They'll be vaulted if we don't sell out. They're going to be $150. This is on a 6-inch. The pin itself is 6-inch, and if you notice around the top of the pin, it's actually got the captain's markings that he has on his sleeve as part of the framing of the pin. It just came out really good. He loved them. And we have 100 pieces of that. They'll be available Tuesday night. And I want to say that we're going to limit every day, because we know a lot of fans only come in for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to limit it to 17 or 18 pieces a day.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
It may be less than that. We'll whatever the math is, we'll limit it so that everybody has a shot. People have to. This is a piece that we're pretty sure is going to sell. We could sell out of it probably first night if we didn't. But we want everybody to have a shot at it. They are limited on the back, so it's not 1 of 100. You will get pin 9, which is what you're looking at in the picture. That's pin 9. It says 9 of 100. So you actually get a numbered piece when you purchase it.
Wow.
So he actually signed every single pin. It's not just he signed one pin and you reproduced it.
Absolutely not. He signed every single pin.
Wow. Oh my God.
Did you hear that, people?
It's an actual hand signed autograph. It's not there's no reproduction. We don't do reproductions. We will not do reproductions of people's signatures. So, but he's the first. We're going to do we're working on some others right now, but there's no better place to start than with Captain Kirk.
Yeah.
It's a great place to start. And can I say really quickly that just to jump back to the outline, the border of the pin, the stitching effect you guys have on this pin is really cool. I'm looking at this right now, and it looks amazing to me.
Yeah, we used a special coating for the black so that it would, when he signed with a gold ink pen, so it would take to the surface. It's not done on a gloss paint, so they're not going to rub off. They're not going to, they're on there, and it was done with a paint pen rather than a Sharpie, so it won't smear. It's dried. It's on there for good.
Wow, this is really amazing.
Yeah, it's a great looking piece.
Jeez. Incredible. So yeah, guys, jump on this one when you get to the con, whenever you get to the con. It's really cool that you guys are going to limit the daily sales of this so that everybody gets a chance to get one.
Well, yeah, and it's just not a money grab. There's just times when people can't get there. And then, Tuesday night when the big passes get in, we saw it last year. We sold out of, we had to ship in 3 different shipments of the 30th anniversary TNG pins because we almost sold out of them the first night. Yeah. So, and this one we can't ship back in unless we can get William Shatner to come with him. So
he'll be there.
He'll be there. So we will do a list of these for every day of the show for people to get a hold of.
Unbelievable.
Okay, so those are all of the special pins. Tell us, yep. I assume you're going to bring the rest of your catalog, your Star Trek catalog anyway. So tell us just as briefly as you can, like what you're going to bring Star Trek wise, and then will you have any of your other fandom stuff there?
Yeah, we will. We'll of course. We've gone to vaulting some of the stuff as pieces have been out for a while now. The Tellarite is in the vault. He won't be at the show with us, but he'll be back next year for the show. And we don't put stuff out forever, but it's at least 6 months when it happens. So we will probably have 90% of everything we've produced available at the show. The 10% that won't be there, the Phoenix, like I said, the Tellarite, Worf with phase rice, those ones are in the vault and will be gone for a bit, but they'll be back next year. And we'll have all of our DC stuff. We'll have all of our Harry Potter stuff. We've really got some great Harry Potter stuff that is now coming back out. We'll have Aliens. We've actually just this last week signed to do the Irwin Allen properties, so we won't have these in time for STLV, but we'll have classic Lost in Space, Voyage Bottom of the Sea, Time Tunnel, and Land of the Giants stuff, ships and characters coming. We're doing a lot of work for some smaller companies, but I don't think we'll have that there. But we'll have all of our major properties along. It won't be in the kind of volume that we'll bring for Star Trek merchandise, but we'll have everything along.
Awesome. And then you also now have the stands, individual pin stands, and then you also have I think you have a binder or some kind of a backing, that you can just put them all for display.
Yeah, we've got the stands, which was I love action figures. I'm sitting in a room right now with about 3,000 action figures around me in my house, and one of the things that our pins had to become, which we've always struggled with when we first got in, is because people have a perceived notion of it's a lapel pin, but we don't want our stuff to be lapel pins. We want our stuff to be little action figures that you can put in a stand and set up places. You can put your ships, you can put characters, and so we came up with these acrylic stands. And you can put them in. They'll hold everything we do. You can put the Kirk pin in one and have it sitting on your desk if you want. And then we have our pin bags that we'll have, and the new ones that we're going to have at the show will actually have the FanSets logo on it, so you can put your entire collection. We'll have 3 different styles that we'll be bringing to the show. Unlike last year, we only had one. This year we'll have one bag that'll hold pretty close to 300 pins.
Wow.
And we'll have another bag that's about a 75 pin, and then we'll have the original, which is about a 30 pin holder. So we'll have locking backs in case you want to put any of these things on a hat or a briefcase, so you won't lose them. Please, whether you if you buy pins and use pins, buy locking backs, or you will lose pins.
So, as someone who lost one at STLV that I had bought from FanSets and had to go back and get another one, I can't stress that enough either. You get those locking pin backs.
Get the locking pin backs. So we'll have those, and we'll have the stands with us. So yeah, we will have our full stuff, and boy, we're just counting the days. It's not going to get here fast enough.
25, almost so 24, very
so
soon. Okay, so there's one last thing that I want to talk about, because I made a poor decision last year and did not go to the FanSets, or the FanGeeks party is what it is called. Jeff made the right decision and went to the party, and then I heard about how great the party was from Jeff. And 300 of my closest friends, something like that. So will you tell us a little bit about this year's FanGeeks party? Tell us no one knows what it is, because we have a lot of new people coming to STLV. So we want to make sure everybody understands, what the party is, who Trek Geeks are, and what happens at this party. Because if you like free pins, I've heard it's the place to be.
Well, but before we plug their party, let's talk about the Night of Diversity, and FanSets is very excited to be supplying some giveaways for you guys too, for the Night of Diversity, and we couldn't be excited. We're gonna have some really good stuff for the people who are showing up at your party, and thank you for involving us in it.
Well, thank you for being involved and being so incredibly generous. We've talked about it before, but for those who don't know, we are hosting our Night of Diversity party on Saturday night of the convention. I believe it starts at 8 o'clock. It will be at the KISS Mini Golf, but it's in a private room. We have a live DJ, and then the pins that Lew and FanSets are donating will be in our raffle. All proceeds from the raffle are going to 2 different LGBT youth organizations. One is the Crib and one is the Center. So the Crib is located in Chicago. One of our STLV friends, Gregory Gross, is involved with that organization, and that's how we found out about it. But we also wanted to make sure to give back to the city of Las Vegas. So then we became aware of this center. So both of those organizations, all the money is going to go to helping LGBT youth. We don't get a penny off of this. So everything is donated. Yeah, we just, the goal was really to provide a safe space for everyone. You don't need to be a member or a member of the LGBTQ community. You don't need to just be a member or an ally. This is for everyone. While it's not LGBTQ centric, that's still where the money's going. We just want to celebrate diversity across the board.
Absolutely, and we're proud to be that we get to partake with you guys on that, and we'll have some really good stuff. I probably foresee a TNG 25th anniversary set for you guys to be auctioning off. We got to get you guys some stuff that's going to raise some money. So we're going to come loaded to help you do that.
Wow.
And maybe down the road we'll talk about what those are going to be when we get a little bit further down the road here. But the FanGeeks party is the 2nd annual. Last year we at the other room did the party with the Trek Geeks, Bill and Dan were our MCs. They did a phenomenal job, and I remember riding over in the van with those guys, and we were like, I hope 10, 15 people show up. just so that, it's not a total bust. It was our launch party for our Discovery line. That's what we built it as. And we packed the joint out. And this year we're going back. We're going to actually have a pin that everybody gets at the door. That's a commemorative pin for the party. We're going to start that. So every year there'll be a different looking pin for people to collect and have that's from us and from the Trek Geeks as a thank you for coming. And then what we're going to give away at the party is phenomenal. We're going to give away a framed 50th anniversary Captain set. We're going to give away a framed Next Generation set. We're going to give away a framed DS9 set. We're going to give away which you haven't seen yet, we're going to have framed season sets from Disco with both the episode pins and the characters. There'll be 2 of those. We're actually going to give away a Shatner autograph pin. We're going to give away several of the Cisco STLV exclusive poker chips. We're going to give away some of last STLV poker chips.
Nice.
We'll have multiple crew sets available for people to get a hold of. We'll have a couple of the Toboldi Go pins that will go out to people as well. So it's a loaded deal. And on top of that, Mr. John Eves is donating some autographed lithographs and artwork that will also be given away at the show. And Mr. Dayton Ward will have autographed copies of his books. Wow. Nice. Some of his books, and get it put together in time also at the show. So we are going to have, it's going to be Christmas in July and August.
Totally.
And this one is Friday night, right?
This one's Friday night at the other room at the Forum Shops at Caesar's Palace.
Okay.
Same place last year if you went last year.
Starts at 8:00.
You can grab a cab really quickly. It's a little far to walk. So we recommend getting some kind of transportation or a ride or whatever. But then it's pretty easy to find once you get there. And it sounds like they're also going to have some discounts on food and drink should people want to eat. I'm sure many people will be drinking.
Yes. The food and the drinks there are really good, by the way.
The Uber drop-off for the Forum Shops lets you out literally 4 feet from the front door of where we'll be at.
Wow.
Dan and Bill are going to be doing their Elvis imitations, which that in itself would be worth coming for, even if we weren't giving away anything. So, yeah, it's going to be a good time. We're looking forward to it, and the response has been incredible. We've got, I want to say, well over 120 people who have either went on the Facebook page and said they're coming or sent notices through Messenger to us that they're coming. So we're excited. It's going to be a blast this year, and it's going to kill last year's party.
Well, I will definitely be there. There is no way in HE double hockey sticks that I will miss this party. And that's awesome. That's with the expectation of only getting the pin when I walk in the door. Lew, you guys and Bill and Dan are dear, dear friends of ours. So I just want to come party with you, but I encourage everybody, let me just repeat this, lots of free pins. So if you like free pins and you like hanging out with nerds and you want to see Bill and Dan do their Elvis impressions, this is the place to be Friday night. Take a step away from the convention craziness. It's nice to get away from the Rio.
Oh, it is.
It feels good.
Yeah.
It's a ride on Uber, so I mean it's easy to get to.
Oh, totally. And don't do what I did last year. I parked in the parking garage and had to walk all the way through the Forum Shops to get there. Take the Uber ride and let you out right next to the restaurant. We had to try to find it last year because we went totally the wrong long way to get there. But
if you don't come in the right door, it can be tough to get to.
Yeah, it's kind of way down the end of the hallway, but it's literally right on the end of the Forum Shop. So if you get let off right there, you can walk right in.
And we also this year have the outside patio that they're giving us. Last year we didn't get that part, but They're giving us the outside patio this year, which literally puts you on. Dan's been saying it's the only party on the Las Vegas Strip. You are literally going to be on the Las Vegas Strip. So it'll be a good time. We hope everybody comes out and parties with us and get some free pins. And then Saturday night, everybody that goes to our party goes to your party for a great cop and bids on some stuff.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a plan. We're all set. All right. Lew, is there anything else we should know about FanSets for STLV?
I do have one thing. I just want to thank all our customers that buy from us around the world. We try to be the most accessible manufacturer of Star Trek goods on the planet. I respond to each and every customer who sends something in through whether it's our customer.service or to me directly or through Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. We like to communicate, and to be honest with you, we would get out of this business if we couldn't do that, because that's the fun part of this business, is that we get to do it with the fans, and because we are the fans. We're FanSets. That's where our name came from, because we were fans and we wanted to make sets of properties, and just wanted to throw a thank you out, because without the fans, we're not doing this. So thank you.
Well, yeah, thank you for being awesome. I absolutely love checking my social media. Like, even like friends on Twitter that I haven't seen at STLV, like they're still buying your pins and posting pictures when they get them, and it's so much fun. And it's been oh gosh, I don't want to get emotional. I don't need to do that. It's been really great watching you guys grow, because you're just like the customer service is real. And from somebody who owns her own business, it's super important to me that the businesses treat their customers well, and you guys go above and beyond, time and time again.
That's a compliment you can give us. Thank you.
Jeff, any final words? Do you want to gush about FanSets for a moment?
Oh God, I could gush about FanSets for an hour if you wanted me to. You know, everybody, I'm sure lots and lots of our listeners have bought things from FanSets before, and I'll jump on and say thank you for buying from such a great company. I think we're both very privileged to know you guys and be friends with you guys, and we love your work, and I can't wait to see how successful you guys are this year at STLV, like you have been in the previous years. Everybody, if you haven't bought anything from FanSets, you're really missing out. Visit their booth and check out their pins. You're going to be impressed, and I guarantee you'll walk away buying at least a handful.
Yeah, come by the booth and say hello. Even if you don't want to buy, we want to meet you and talk Star Trek with you. That's we can be friends with you if you don't.
That's the great thing. I mean, FanSets, you guys really are Star Trek fans at your heart. So, you know, this isn't just a company that makes Trek stuff just to make Trek stuff. And, you know, these guys really do love Star Trek, and they're really a part of the community. So, guys, visit the booth, and you will know that for yourselves. And you won't be able to walk away without buying stuff, because I know I won't, and I know Heather won't.
No, and I just have to emphasize what you said, Jeff, about community. And I mean, FanSets is family.
Yes.
And I just want to make it clear to everybody out there that one of the big reasons that we support FanSets so much is because they are a part of the family and community, you know, within our unofficial group, on Twitter. Like, we promote you because we know that you're not just out there to make a buck. I mean, FanSets has become extremely successful, and like I said, we are very, very proud to see some of our STL family doing so well. But it's because of your love for Star Trek and your love for other fans that we are behind you 1,000%.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys. That's really the highest compliment anyone's probably ever given us, is that, you know, there's a lot of people who make quality stuff for Star Trek, and we're fortunate to be one of their key licensees. Now, in fact, 2 years ago when we launched, I wouldn't have had to wait to put the images out because we weren't anybody, but CBS recognizes how the consumers now view us. We're part of the fabric of Star Trek, and they want to launch our pins instead of us, kind of haphazardly throwing them out there like we normally do. But so our stuff will launch on StarTrek.com. You couldn't ask for a greater vehicle other than the Enterprise itself to get your stuff out to people. So we're very fortunate, we're very proud, and we're very humble to the fact that without our customers and your guys' support, we're nothing. So thank you.
No,
we are Starfleet.
We are
Starfleet. That's right,
so
baby.
Well deserved. By the way, so well deserved. I am so proud to know that they're embracing you guys like that and promoting your products like that. You guys impressed us the first year you came to STLV. And we've loved seeing you every year since, and I can't wait to see you guys again this year.
Excellent. 25 days to the Star Trek family reunion, man.
Yeah,
it doesn't get any better.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Thank you guys for having me on. Absolutely.
You want to tell the audience where they can find you, by the way?
Absolutely. I'm in Aurora, Colorado. No, they can find me us at FanSets.com. We're on Twitter at Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook under FanSets, and that's our homes.
Nice.
Come see us.
Yes, please do. Please do. Heather, where can people find you?
I am on Twitter at LLAPosper, which is LLAPAWSPER, and then you can find me and Jeff and our dear friend Jesse and the rest of our STLV family and the unofficial Star Trek Las Vegas convention group on Facebook.
Yes, and I am Warp Factor Jeff on Twitter and in the same unofficial Star Trek Las Vegas convention group that Heather just mentioned on Facebook. Lew, thank you so much for coming on Shore Leave and giving us a preview of all the great stuff you're going to have available and talking about the incredible party that we're all looking forward to.
It's my honor and my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Awesome. So we will see you guys again on the next Shore Leave, and we're going to have another Vendor Room Spectacular coming up for you guys very, very soon. And thank you, as always, for tuning in, and live long and prosper.